What's up, guys? I am going to log my whole entire day of eating and I want to show you how I get it done, and it is very fast, okay? Also, the main thing with being successful with reaching your macro goal is to make sure you log your whole entire day up front. Before you eat anything, try to meet your macro goal as best you can inside the app, and then simply eat what you already have logged, because taking it meal by meal, you'll end up at the end of the night with so many calories left over, carbs, fat, etc., or you'll find yourself in a maintenance phase or a surplus because you overate. Okay, so log all your food up front. It is the rule of thumb. It is the way you could be the most successful here. What you're going to do when you get your customized macros from me, hit the goals section here, okay, inside of MacrosFirst. Your macros are specifically to you, your age, your weight, your height, any medical conditions you may have, like PCOS, endometriosis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, etc. Whatever it is, I need to know because I need to take that into consideration, okay? Also, it depends on what your current activity level is. Are you active? Are you sedentary? And it also depends on what your metabolism is currently like. What is your diet history like, okay? So that's why your macros and someone else's macros are two separate macros. You can't follow someone else's macros thinking you're going to get a favorable result, okay? Macros are specific to you, who you are, and what you have going on and what your goal is, all right? So once you get your macros from me, go into the goals section, hit the protein goal, fill in your protein goal. Now, these are my custom macros for fat loss, okay? I'm in a caloric deficit here. So based on all of my my demographic, age, weight, height, etc., I need 150 grams of protein. Hit carbs, I need 170. You input your own numbers here that I prescribe to you. For fat, I need 61 grams of fat. And then when I press enter, it's going to auto-populate what the calories are, okay? So 1,829 calories is equal to 150 grams of protein, 170 grams of carbs, and 61 grams of fat, all right? Now, at the top, you see the check. Hit that check. Now your macro goals are set inside of MacrosFirst. Now you have to go and log your food for the day. So next to the plus sign in the middle, if you look to the left of it, you see this calendar. Hit that, all right? Now make sure you go to the right date at the top. I'm going to go to June 1st, which is this Sunday. And from here, now I'm going to input my whole entire day of food. All right, so I'm giving myself like pretty much one serving of everything. Now you will, if you're new to this app, you will have to use the barcode scanner to scan your food in. Okay, but once it's in there, it's going to save in your history. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and enter my whole entire day of eating. For breakfast, now you see this is my history right here. These are things that I typically eat. If I search it up, it'll come up first. This right here is the barcode scanner. So if I hit the barcode scanner, I'm at my desk right now, you'll be able to scan your label, all right? All right, so for breakfast, I typically have egg whites. So I'm going to type in egg and liquid egg whites by Golden Hen. That's what I typically use, so I'm going to hit that. Now, how much do I want? I typically do have 225 grams, okay? If I wanted to change the unit, which you don't need to because you really want to use grams and ounces for everything. But I just want to show you, this is how you change the unit of things. So 225 grams, 225. I hit add, and then I hit log. Now that's there. Now what else do I typically have with my eggs? What do I feel like having? I usually use cheese. So I'm going back to the plus sign. I'm typing in cheddar cheese. I have like this shredded. Yep, Happy Farms, the very first one. Hit that. I typically have 20 grams. Like I said, this stuff is already in my history, so that's why these numbers automatically come up, okay? But if I wanted to manipulate it, I could just say I want 15 grams, right? Hit log. Then from there, let's see, what else do I want? I love raisin bread, so I'm going to put this raisin bread in, but I don't want 2 slices. You see serving size says slice. I don't want 2 slices. I want 1. So I hit 1, I hit add, and I hit log. All right, so I'm going to add in a healthy fat because I have a protein with my eggs. I do have some fat. I do have a healthy fat with this cheese. but I love avocado, so I'm going to add in avocado, and then this bread is my carb. So hit plus, avocado. All right, now let's go to how many grams of avocado? Maybe like around 40. Now, again, I won't know. You see, as I'm typing in my meals, the numbers at the top where it says goal, it's, you see how like the circle is filling up, like protein has this red circle, carbs have this blue circle, fats have this green circle, and the calories have like, I don't know, I think it's like an orange circle. The more I add in protein, it's going to close up this circle. So this is how I know how much I need left. All right, so if you look right now, at breakfast, I have 31 grams of protein in breakfast. My original protein goal was 150, but because I've already have 31 grams of protein logged at the top where this red circle is, it's starting to fill up. Now I want to keep going until all of these circles are completely closed, or as best as I can. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so breakfast looks good for now. One thing I want to add is that you want to try to get at least 25 grams of protein per meal. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and also your snacks as well, okay? That way we can get you closer to those macro goals, your protein macro goal. All right, moving on to lunch. I usually do coho salmon. So I'm here, I'm typing in coho. If you're doing salmon or chicken, whatever, again, scan the barcode on the back of it so you know how much. So that you know how much is per serving. And also, all chicken is not the same. You can't, scan a random chicken, but you eat a different kind and think that it's going to be the same. It's not the same. So scan the actual one that you're using. All right, so coho salmon. Now, we'll tell you this coho salmon is not the actual one I'm using, but that's because my coho salmon would not scan for whatever reason. So if that happens, you just pick the next best one, okay? But always try to get the exact one if you can. So coho salmon, 4 ounces sound about right. I'm going to hit add. 4 ounces is typically 1 serving, okay? Then I'm going to have, sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. I eat sweet potatoes every week. I'm going to give myself 200 grams. And tracking your macros is like playing a game of Tetris. You're pretty much going to add food, add a little bit more, take away a little bit more until you can get these numbers to equal out to, try to get zeros. If you can't, that's like a unicorn day. If you can't, the goal is to try to get within 5 grams over or under your macro goal, okay? So we have the salmon, we have the sweet potato, and we need to add a veggie. So we're going to do some green beans, something simple. And the reason why I'm doing green beans is because I don't need to add anything to it except like salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of butter. But if I'm doing a salad or something, I have to account for the salad dressing. So I keep it simple. There's my lunch. Super easy and simple. All right, let's see. Dinner, let's go with chicken tenderloins. I usually do that. I'm going to hit add. Brown rice. Now, rice is something you have to input it as cooked, okay? So we weigh the rice after it's cooked because, of course, the rice gets heavier because it absorbs water when it's cooked. So try to type in or find cooked rice. Now, I'm using brown rice, so I'm putting cooked brown rice or brown rice cooked, and I'm going to give myself, off the break, just 200 grams, which is 246 calories, okay? On my chicken, I use this teriyaki sauce. This is 1 serving of it, 18 grams. On the label is 1 serving. So serving 1, and then we're going to log it. All right. Let's see. And then, I don't know, let's just do more green beans to keep it simple. I am a lazy cook. I like simplicity, and I pretty much keep my meals the same because it's easier. All right. All right, so let's add in snacks. If I go back, I have 41 grams of protein left, 40 grams of carbs, 36 grams of fat, and 642 calories left, okay? So let's try to fill it up some more. I am going to use my First Form Formula 1 protein powder. It is my absolute favorite. Let's go with the salted caramel, which shows 1 scoop, has 20 grams of protein in it and 110 calories. So we're going to add that, log it. What else do we need? Unsweetened almond milk. Okay. Go to, I'm changing a unit to ounces, and I'm going to give myself 8 ounces. Okay. Log that. Always use, I got carbs left. I have 37 grams of carbs left, so I'm definitely adding a banana to this. Now your banana, you want to make sure that you are weighing it outside of the peel, because the peel will pick up if you don't. And we don't eat the peel. So take that banana out the peel, and then you want to go to grams, because this is a medium banana, but a medium banana to me and what's a medium banana to you can look like 2 completely different bananas. So to be accurate, don't go by the size. Go all the way down to grams and weigh your banana in grams and tell me how much you're having. So I'm going to put in, I don't know, like 80 grams of a banana. Okay. So what do we have left? I have 19 carbs left, 19 protein left, and 32 grams of fat. 32 grams of fat. I need to get the fat down some more. So I'm going to add some almonds, because that is going to give me some healthy fats. Let's just do, I don't know, 40 grams and see what happens. Okay, I have more fat left. I'm going to change this. What I like about MacrosFirst is you can change these numbers right from the screen. So I'm hitting 40. I want to change it to 50. All right, better. So you see how my numbers are dropping? I only have 8 grams of protein left, 8 grams of carb, 7 grams of fat, and only 146 calories to fill up for the day. All right, so I am going to try to get this down just a smidge bit more. So if I want to get my protein down just by a little bit, where would I add it to? Maybe I'll add it to the chicken. Maybe I'll give myself 7 ounces. Boom, I'm leaving it. Protein is staying there. I'm having 7 ounces of chicken. All right, carbs. I'm going to go to baked sweet potato. I'm going to give myself, let's just see what 225 does. 225 works. I only got 3 grams of carbs left. Leaving it. Fat. Where do I have any more fat at? I think I have avocado. So avocado is a healthy fat. Let's change this to 50 and see what happens instead of 40. Perfect. Honestly, I'm super satisfied with this. Now, I could play around and probably give myself 60. Boom. Maybe 70. Okay, this is it. I'm leaving it right here. This is awesome. So you see, I have only 1 gram of protein remaining, 0 carbs remaining, 2 grams of fat remaining, and only 47 calories remaining for the whole day. I would never know how much of everything I would need to eat unless I went in here and I pre-logged it up front before I ate anything, okay? Now, all I have to do is follow exactly what I have logged. Eat this for breakfast. Eat this for lunch and in this quantity. Eat this for dinner. Eat this for your snack. This is my whole entire day of eating, okay? Now, I'm a creature of habit. I would probably keep this the same since I did so damn well. Keep this the same for, I don't know, maybe at least 2 days. But you always have the flexibility to go in and change it up, okay? Like I said, it's like playing a game of Tetris. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Maybe it gave you some meal ideas or kind of explained to you a little bit better of how you should be logging your food. Last thing I'm going to add before I hop off is that you want to look at the back of the nutrition label and see what unit it is. Like the liquid egg whites, it is in grams. Okay, so if it said ounces, I will log it in ounces. But it says grams. The cheese says grams. The raisin bread, I just go by 1 slice, but I could go by grams too and just weigh the bread. But typically the bread is the exact weight that it says it is, okay? Meat, I always weigh meat in ounces. You could do it in grams, but I do it in ounces. Last thing is, if you're eating a banana, if you're eating something with a peel on it, like an orange, take the peel off before you weigh the food, okay? And then if you are doing things like oatmeal or rice, you have to weigh it cooked, all right? Weigh it after it's cooked, that way for accuracy. Or if you're cooking 1 serving of rice and it's dry, then you can weigh out exactly how it is on the label because it's dry. But only 1 serving. Now, if you cook more than 1 serving, then it's not going to be accurate. All right. You have to input a recipe for all that. All right, guys, I'm hopping off, but hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what your questions are.